Previously on Suits.
Hi, my name is Dinesh and welcome to Suits 101. Today, my group and I, we are representing Unitar International University, and this is part of our assignment for our business law class. And we learned a few things in our class, such as negligence, sales of contract, and today we're specifically getting into Privity of Contract, and soon we'll be explaining it to you in details.
Privity of Contract is a legal concept that means the people that are directly involved in contract and agreement have rights on and obligations to fulfill the contract. If two people or companies have an agreement, they have the rights and the obligations to fulfill the contract, while the people that are not directly involved in the contract or to the agreement, they cannot impose any rights or rules and regulation, and they cannot benefit anything from that contract.
So I'll be briefly speaking on a case relating to Privity of Contract. This is the case of Dunlop Pneumatic Tires versus Selfridge & Co. Limited. The fact of this case is that Dunlop was a tire manufacturer who entered into a contract with his dealer. The contract is that they should not sell below a certain price. He also urged them to enter into such contracts with their own retailers. The retailer of due is Selfridge. Dunlop said if the retailers should sell below the agreed price, that they would have to pay €5 per tire in liquidated damages to Dunlop. However, Dunlop in this case is a third party to any contract between Selfridge and Due. When Selfridge, the retailer, sold below the agreed price, Dunlop sued to enforce the contract by injunction and to claim damages. Selfridge argued that Dunlop could not enforce the burden of a contract between Dunlop and Due, which Selfridge had not agreed to. So the judgment of this case had several judgments. The first judgment by the trial court was that it was in Dunlop's favor, but on appeal, the damages and injunction, they were reversed, stating that Selfridge was not a principal or agent, and for this, he was not bound to the contract between Due and Dunlop. So on further appeal to the Supreme Court, the decision of the appeal court was also upheld, stating that Dunlop could not get damages from Selfridge without a contractual relationship.
Here are some simple examples constructed by us to better explain and understand what Privity of Contract entails. Example number 1. A car manufacturer and a car dealer enter into a contract for sale of cars. The car dealer agrees to sell the car to the public, and car manufacturer agrees to provide the car dealer with cars at a wholesale price. Now, a customer who buys a car from the car dealer cannot sue the car manufacturer if it is defective. Example number 2. A doctor and a patient enter into a contract for medical services. The doctor agrees to provide medical care for the patient, and the patient agrees to pay for the medical care. Now, the patient's spouse is not part of the contract, so the spouse cannot sue the doctor if the patient is injured during the medical procedure. As we can see, in each of these examples, the parties to the contract are the only ones who can enforce the contract. The doctrine of Privity of Contract prevents third party from enforcing the contracts that they are not a party to. That's it from us. For those of you who are watching, we hope you find this video informative, and if anyone asks you about Privity of Contract now, it's all up here and you'll be able to answer them with ease. Thank you so much for listening.